Okay, episode 14 of Mockpod.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, you've been busy as hell with work, so I feel like I haven't had a chance to talk to you for a while.
Yeah, I know. It's been ages, actually.
Yeah, so this, in a way, is a catch-up. Yeah. Look, you actually mentioned something the other day. We were doing some training together, and the idiom "horns of a dilemma" came up. And I said to you, I did this MMA seminar with Rashad Evans, this UFC fighter, and he quoted his coach, who said, "You want to put an opponent into the horns of a dilemma." The definition of this idiom for, I guess, any of our ex-students is that you're forced to make a decision between two bad choices.
Yeah, two choices that you don't want. So,
Hence,
and there's other ones very similar to it, like
rock and a hard place.
Rock and a hard place. That's the other really common one. Yeah.
So that's a good way to put it.
But any horns of dilemma? Have you had to face any horns of dilemma lately?
No nastiness, but let's just put it to the test. Let's just throw them out at each other. You throw me one, I'll throw you one.
Well, I'll tell you one that actually happened today. That was a good one.
Give it to me.
Well, we're at the doctor's surgery, and it's a Saturday, so it's pretty busy. And girlfriend's a little bit sick.
Yeah.
Had a bit of gas.
Yeah.
There's 15 patients in front of you.
Are you sure you want to promote this on a public...
That's right. She probably doesn't listen to it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so very mild illness.
Mild illness.
15 people in front of you on Saturday morning.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Ooh. So you either put up with the illness is the choice.
Either you wait or you just go
or you wait, which is also going to make you suffer. I'd go.
Yeah, I'd go too.
Okay, can I... Well, so you had some good real life ones. Oh, well, maybe I should throw you a real life one.
No, that was just something that came up today.
Well, I'll throw you a real life one today for me. I was swimming, right?
Yeah.
I was caught in the slow lane. It was a summer day. It's 40 degrees, okay? And I'm stuck behind one slow... Snorkeling, mind you. She had a snorkel.
Nice.
She was breaststroking in the slow lane.
Lovely.
And I was impeded, let's say, by her. I'm not a fast swimmer, so I was in the right lane.
Yeah.
But if there was a lane for exceedingly slow, she'd be in it.
Right.
So here's the horn of dilemma for you, all right? Would you be caught in a lane behind a slow snorkeling breaststroker, or do you swim in a medium lane, which is your pace, with 4 other people? This is the actual choice I was confronted with today.
I think you swim in the medium lane with 4 other people.
Ooh,
3 other people.
You're backing yourself there. You're going to have people right up your backside there.
That's true.
Tagging your foot.
It's a hard one. Yeah.
That's a tough one. Yeah, you want to throw me another one?
All right, what about this? What about, would you prefer to be single for 5 years or in bad relationships for 5 years?
Oh, that's a horrendous question.
Well, it's a horn of dilemma. It's quite a vicious horn of dilemma.
Yeah, single for 5 years.
Yeah, I instantly I chose to
So you got
too much pain.
At the end of the day, you got to go with instincts with these things, and I think instincts are proven based on your past human experiences, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of epigenetics, by the way?
Epigenetics.
Yeah, there's this imprint that you have. We'll talk about that in another podcast.
Okay.
Okay, here's one for you. Okay. We both like Japanese gangster movies, right? And infamously, they have to cut off which finger?
Oh, it's like the last finger.
The little finger. Okay.
Yeah, little finger. Yeah.
So you're in the yakuza. do you cut off your little finger, or I give you a choice of your little toe?
Ooh, little toe, little finger.
Yeah. Which one would you go for?
Little toe for sure.
You got a little toe.
Yeah. Why? Are you chopping off your finger?
No, I guess being bipedal mammals that we are now, we have to basically.
I don't think
use
your
hands.
toe matters too much even for balance, because I know your big toe does. If you lose your big toe, that's pretty nasty. But
Well, I was going to put that in the horns of the dilemma. Let me do it now, too. Okay, little finger or the big toe? That's a genuine horn of
the
dilemma.
little finger. Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, because one's really important for mobility, right?
Yeah.
The push off in the stepping phase of walking.
Yeah, you're not going to be running anytime soon.
No, so you're going to be basically. So with the little finger cut off, you'll become accustomed to it.
Yeah, because you won't
notice it's missing.
It's actually only the
That's
distal part. Of
basically the last bit of the joint.
The last two.
Yeah.
So I'd probably have a finger in that case.
I think you'd have to,
because you don't want to lose your mobility. Yeah, you don't want to lose your
people
balance.
often comment on when you lose a limb, the nerves indicate that your finger's sort of still there. Have you heard that before? That theory? Yeah,
it's like a phantom limb pain.
Yeah.
That's
However, with the toe, it's a problem. Can I give you one finale?
Yeah.
All right. This has happened. Okay. You got to carry 3 heavy grocery bags, 40-degree heat, 7 minutes walking home.
7 minutes.
Or you wait 25 minutes for the air-conditioned bus. And it only takes 2 minutes to arrive home at your doorstep.
How hot is it?
40-degree heat in
That's pretty
Australia.
Hot.
Oh, yeah, you're dripping.
How's
You're definitely dripping.
And how long's the walk? 7 minutes.
It's 7 minutes.
If it's 7 minutes, I could do it, but that's what I'd probably do. Yeah.
Oh, you're good, but that's because
free
you're
exercise.
Yeah, I was going to say you're quite exercise motivated nowadays, you know. But you know, all these things.
That was a hard one.
Yeah.
Pretty hot. 40's like you don't want to move. So, so even 7 minutes, I had to calculate that for a while. I was like, is it really worth it? There's a lot of sweat.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who take the aircon 2-minute bus ride though.
Yeah.
You know. You know a lot of people would be like, you know, saying that. Nothing wrong with that. Each to their own. Just saying.
I mean, well, actually, yeah,
You know, the other thing we actually we want to talk about is just about like the best era to live in. Because I don't know, like I just saw this.
Would you have preferred to have been a human being in any other?
Well, can I tell you where this thought sprang from? I went to see a free film with one of my friends, and it's Saturday Night Fever.
With John Travolta.
John Travolta. So I went and saw this at an art gallery with my friend Saul, and we were both completely impressed with how good a film it was. 1977.
Had you never seen it?
Well, you know what? I'd seen it as a kid on TV, but it was I don't know. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to have seen this, just a little preface. There are some problems social-politically with it. Like in today's era, you wouldn't be able to sort of get away with a script like that. But that's not giving anything away. But just the two things that I purely liked about it: dancing and the music. And it made me think of other things like Bowie, Led Zepp, Bee Gees, of course, Rolling Stones, Blondie, who happens to be one of my all-time favourite bands. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
You know, and so you got music like, you know,
Tunes.
I'd love to have lived in the 70s. Do you have any
in the 70s? Yeah.
Era that you'd want to live in? That's all.
I think the 70s would have been a fun era for a variety of reasons. You know, I think the freedom.
There was a lot of freedom.
Say,
non-judgmental proclivities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think my mindset certainly gels with that quite a lot. So I think that that would have been a fun era for me too. I've often fantasized about living like in medieval times for some reason. I don't know why. I've had a fascination.
High chance of dying as a young man.
There is. You know what? I think
no medicine and you know.
Well, I think one of the reasons is you know how I'm quite resilient.
I have witnessed you demonstrate your iron gut many times. You've eaten street food in humid street markets of Thailand. You know, you've eaten stuff that most people probably wouldn't take a second look at.
Yeah.
But you've enjoyed it and relished it.
Yeah, so I think I'd, in health terms, probably thrive during those times. In saying that, I guess I'd be transported to England or something like this. Because
what is it about the medieval era that makes it appealing to you?
I don't know, maybe it's the idea of having battles and stuff.
But you're assuming you're going to be a soldier or a noble knight.
A noble knight.
You could be a wee peasant.
I could be a peasant.
Work in the fields.
That'd be terrible.
Struggling by the day.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be...
Whipped by your master. I mean,
I'm a slave now. You're maybe a slave as well.
You may have to bend the knee.
I'm sure everyone had to bend the knee at some point during that era.
Okay, well, were there any cons to that notion of being transported back to medieval times?
Oh, there's heaps of cons. I mean, you know, like, obviously this whole romanticised idea of battle is terrible. Like, it's actually an awful bloody thing where...
So you fancy yourself as a knight? You know, fancy a knight on horseback or a knight on land? Just
perhaps on land. But,
okay, yeah.
You know, I actually guess the same sort of thought takes me to Japan and feudal times.
Ooh.
Because I do like, for some reason...
The you talk about samurai.
Yeah, exactly. The idea of, you know, being able to carry around swords and stuff.
I love the nobility. I love the code... The Bushido code. I think that code of honor, like, it kind of doesn't exist today in a lot of people. There is a loss of that, I think. So
I mean, not saying it's a perfect system like any system, but
no, I think that you've touched on something there. Yeah, at first I was thinking, geez, you just want to die early, don't you? But now I kind of get it.
Yeah. What about you? Any others? Any other massive areas that you'd like to live in because of the films or other stuff?
Well, yeah, just back to the 70s. I mean, you have films like Taxi Driver, Deer Hunter, you know, one of the great horror movies, Carrie, is about bullying, you know, Sissy Spacek. I mean, Stephen King story, but I think just the whole pop culture things, like I already mentioned before, all the music.
Was Star Wars in the 70s? You released
Star Wars was in the 70s. It was 77, but I guess the first one is not necessarily my favourite. But yeah, you could include that in the canon, I guess, of 70s things like Apocalypse Now, Godfather. And the original Superman, if you like, superhero stuff. But I think, you know, just that time, people were more active. There's this sort of thought that in the 70s people were...
You mean like physically? Or
with their bikes, their skateboards. They didn't have all the distractions of today, like no mobile phones.
Yeah,
you had no social media, and hair was a good thing.
Having lots of hair.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing, like TV sets were a novelty,
Yeah.
So the notion of distraction was totally different, and I think,
led a lot of people to different types of adventure, I guess.
Yeah. Well, look, nothing against people who use mobile phones on a fairly regular basis, But I think I'm one of the only people I know that can sit through a whole film and not touch a mobile phone. Every other person I know.
I used to be like that. I'm not like that now.
That's okay, but because, like I said, that to me it's an anomaly,
Yeah.
But it's just an unusual adaptation that I guess people make, and I guess I miss that time where you're off the grid.
I think it's a really good way to think about it. Yeah.
Something about that. Look, just on all these films, I gotta sort of segue to just one more thing I want to talk about. The whole notion of guilty pleasures. You'll sit down and watch a film. Like as I was watching that Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
It was a guilty pleasure.
It was a guilty pleasure, yeah.
It was horrific. The fashion and some of the language, the attitudes. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There was one scene in it where John Travolta's character, he sits at the family table. The dad hits his head and he goes, "Hey, you hit my hair." So the whole crowd laughs because John Travolta that character spent a lot of time doing his hair up, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things I was like, oh, this is so funny, this film, little things like that.
Yeah.
And I thought of other guilty pleasures, and like I think you and I both love The Karate Kid. It's horrendous in so many ways.
Oh yeah.
But it's so moving and so winning.
It's a fantastic tale.
In terms of the bully getting his comeuppance and
And it's a tale that's been told many, many times, but the way they approach it in the film, obviously through the mentoring relationships and stuff of Pat Morita and or what's his name in this? Miyagi.
Ralph Macchio. Oh yeah, Miyagi-san.
Yeah. But so I think that's an amazing film for many reasons. But
I mean the whole painting and it comes out as a block later, and then practicing the kick on the stump on the beach.
Oh, like the pier stump sort of.
So that whole thing in film we call set up payoff. They had all those great moments where, you set it up early in the film and then you have that massive, wonderful, I guess euphoric payoff later, right?
Yeah, and what about that famous scene where he's wearing the shower curtain as a costume? And he's wearing it's like the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
That's what I'm talking about. You could never, that is just an unreasonable sort of premise for any kind of scene, but it really works in that.
Yeah, you look at it, you're just like, oh wow, somehow they've pulled it off where this dude can wear this.
Yeah. And do you remember the song in that rousing finale?
Oh, I think it's it's amazing, that song.
Remember what it was called?
Isn't it You're the Best?
You're the Best. That's it. That was a winner as well, I think. Yeah. Do you have any other? Do you have guilty pleasures?
I love. Well, just sticking with the whole martial arts thing. Obviously, it wasn't represented so well in The Karate Kid. Also, wasn't represented well in this movie either. But Bloodsport.
Oh, Bloodsport's magnificent.
Bloodsport. And I think a lot of
Jean-Claude Van Damme
just love that movie just because it's so. I don't know, it's so
anyone that hasn't
so ways.
heard of it, it's a kickboxing extravaganza.
Yeah.
Bloodsport is based on the true life story of...
the true quotation marks, because I think there's a lot of grey areas there. Story of...
some fella named Frank. I don't know how
Dukes.
you pronounce it.
Frank Dukes. Like, put up your Dukes.
Yeah. And, you get to see Van Damme doing the splits over and over again.
Hilarious, yeah.
High kicks. It's just a lot of fun.
And he just puts so much energy into the role. It's a great job by him.
Sorry.
No, and the other film that just really comes to mind is on the same topic is just Kickboxer.
Oh, Kickboxer's another Van Damme classic.
It's just another one because it's so bad, but it's so good at the same time.
Was that the one where he's doing the splits strung up?
I think between coconut trees or
something. Between trees or something,
he's being torn apart like horses, pulling him. It's hilarious.
Some classic visuals in films like that. Yeah. Any other movies that...
I mean, I guess one movie I could include in it, but it's a great movie, so it's different. Yeah. It's a different definition. In the definition would be Sound of Music because...
Okay, now here's a guilty pleasure.
Because it is a guilty pleasure, yeah.
That'd be a guilty pleasure.
I guess the fact that I've seen it nearly 1,000 times...
Yeah, it's embarrassing to say that for one, and you've sung along.
Oh, I've sung along many times. Yeah, I often sing by myself.
Yeah, so you really connect with Christopher Plummer, I think.
Yeah, Plummer's fantastic.
Yeah, he's good in it, isn't he? Yeah.
It's Julie Andrews.
Yeah, I think that has to stand as a guilty pleasure because both liked the film so much, we did the Sound of Music tour in Austria.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is that, are we okay to confess that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, is it bad to love that movie because it's a great musical?
Well, I guess it's sort of embarrassing because, look...
But not a lot of people like musicals.
Well, I don't know. It's one of those things where, people cast judgments based on the fact that you love Julie Andrews' movie. That's all.
True.
Yeah.
They'd prefer you to say your top movie was Top Gun or something like that.
Yeah. Being a busy weekend, I actually think we should sign off pretty quickly.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's get prepared to watch some fights.
Okay, cheers. 2 brothers and a mic.
And a mic.